Hey, oh, let me swing the mic back around over here. There we go. Now I can do it. Hey, it's Thursday. It's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. That means it's time for This Week at Gear Report, where we talk about everything that's been published since this show the same time last week, as well as upcoming stuff we have in the queue, interesting things that may be happening here around Gear Report and the Gear Report Nation. I'm looking at the lens. It looks a little... I don't know, maybe it's not blurry. Maybe it's just me. Let me throw the banner up here at the bottom so we give props to our sponsors, Riton Optics. They are kind enough to help us out with the subscription that allows us to multi-stream so people can watch on Facebook and on YouTube, a variety of different places. So there we go. It's This Week at Gear Report. Let's get back to who we have here. Gary's first again. Gary, thanks for stopping by Tuesday. We had a different type of live broadcast going on with our Philmont Trek Talk Facebook group. A bunch of scout leaders talking about taking scouts to a high adventure base. Gary stopped by to say hi. We appreciate that. Gun Snob, true story. He is the first non-chicken here in the chat. I remember Outer Book. I don't know what that means. Okay. Trolls were out earlier. Okay. Well, I don't know that I saw them. Gunmetal Guy USA. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So as usual, we kill a couple minutes to start out just so that we can give time for the notifications to get out there. It's very helpful if you do what someone already did. In the looks like Jason Sanders and Facebook, give us a thumbs up. No matter what platform you're on, if you give us a thumbs up, if you share it around, if you leave a comment, give us a like, whatever, that's going to help to get the notifications out to more people. Then we can have more lively chat, do more interesting things. We're going to need interesting tonight, folks, because it's just me. Looks like TJ is not joining us. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up. I know TJ was at Hunter's Envy today doing a bunch of shooting, and it's a little bit of a drive for him. I imagine he's probably an all-day gig out there and not going to join us. He hadn't told me either way, so who knows? Maybe he will show up, maybe he won't, but we're going to move forward with the show anyway. And while we're waiting, do I want to do this now? You know what? I'm not. I'm going to say I have a surprise. We're going to do something that we've never done on this show before, ever. We're going to do that here shortly. But we're going to talk about some other stuff first. And there's Mr. Jason Sanders, who is still knocking it out of the park day after day, making progress, getting his latest Humvee sorted so that it will be drivable here shortly. Let's see. Oh, I clicked the wrong window. There we go. All right, let me get to share the screen and we'll start digging into some of the articles that have been posted. You know what? I was going to start with one from Clover. We're going to wait just in case he shows up. Sometimes he joins us. Sometimes he doesn't. You never know. We're going to start out, just in case other people show up, we're going to start out with a real quick rundown of a review that just published within like the last hour or so. And this is one that, while I know most of the people here so far have either been Humvee or firearms enthusiasts, and that's kind of the content you're here for, we do guitar stuff too. And Donner is a company that sent me this 30-watt combo amplifier to test right after it came out, like one of the very first people to receive this, one of the first reviewers to receive one to take a look at. So if you have any interest in a combo amp, by a combo amp, I mean the amplifier has a speaker built into it, as opposed to some that we'll see later that are separate speaker cabinets, and then the amplifier is a separate item. If you have an interest in something like this for, you know, if you're a coffee house kind of player, or, you know, you just want something to practice with at home, this could be a decent option for you, maybe, depending on what you want to do with it. So I encourage you, you can see it here on the screen. If you have any interest in this whatsoever, please go check out that article and find out there were some things I liked about it. There was something I absolutely was not a fan of at all. If you want to know what that was, though, I'm afraid you're going to have to go read the article. So that's enough of that one for now. I do appreciate Donner sending that. We're kind of new at doing guitar reviews. So whenever brands send something, it's kind of neat that they would put faith in us when we are getting started. With that, well, I'm only here for TJ, so I'm out then. Wow. If I had feelings, I'd say that hurt, but I don't really. So, look at that. Gun snob, don't go away just yet. TJ, do you see the comment screen here?
What's that?
Do you see the comment on the screen?
Yep, I do. That's why I showed up.
Yeah. Okay, good. I knew there was a reason.
I took an Ellen kickball so I could be here for Snob.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Wow. Well, I apologize to your whole kickball team that we stole their star player.
We suck. Come on now.
But you have fun, and that's what it's about, right?
We do. Exactly.
I was just closing my YouTube. Yeah. And as far as you know, we believe you. So yeah. Hey, we're happy. We're happy TJ's here. So I'd already told him that you were out at Hunter's Envy today shooting, and I didn't know if you were going to make it back. You hadn't let me know either way. I was assuming it was going to be a game-time decision.
You know, Thursday night's kickball night. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I got home just in time to load the cooler, go to kickball, dropped Mama-san off at the poorhouse, and I was like, I gotta go.
You said poorhouse, right?
Yeah, POUR.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Just checking. All right. Well, we're glad to have you here. How'd things go out shooting today?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I shot everything. I shot the Sidekick. I shot the Savage 110 Tactical. I helped Chris I had to go with Chris. We sighted in a couple of his ARs. We put through the EOTech on one of his and worked on sighting that in. And then he had that AR-10, that 6.5 Creedmoor. We're working on sighting that in. So we went through a lot of ammo. Throw it out there.
Sounds like it.
But shot some more. We shot everything. You saw the back of the truck. There's like two.
What I was looking for now was to see if I could find that to share it. And
there were two guns at least in every one of those bags, and I had my my pistol backpack that had 3 pistols in it. So
yeah, and I was looking for that picture. I don't remember where you posted it, so I don't see it.
Instagram.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it in Facebook. I was like, all right, where is it?
I know. I need to link that thing up. I'm Slack.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, so there's the picture. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up so everyone can see, because you weren't here right away, and I said, you know what? I'm going to start off. I'm going to knock out. I had a guitar amp review. I'm going to knock that out right away.
Missed
in
it?
case anyone else shows up. When I did, the little, how many people were watching, the number dropped in half, and I was like, son of a bitch.
You can't start off with the guitar. You got to lead them into the guitar.
Well, I know. I'm learning, and
that was a truck full of guns right there.
I know, and you said at least 2 in each of those. I believe it. That's like when we go out to the range. When Jose Juan and I would go out to the range, we'd have the back of the Humvee full, just like that. And I need to get him out to the range again. We can't get Jose Juan off the golf course long enough to go out on the range, which is a little depressing. But whatever.
Oh, just so you know, the EOTech doesn't like the 454 Casol.
That's disappointing.
In case you're wondering.
Yeah. What do you think? Zoomed in, zoomed out. What do you like?
I like that one.
Yeah, I kind of like this because we see the background a little bit.
Yeah. You see your thousands of guitars in the back.
Yeah. Well, so I'm going to do something here in a bit that I've never done before. I'm going to give a little peek behind the curtain of the type that wasn't sure I was ever going to do this, but I think I'm ready to do it tonight. So I'm going to give a little backstage access here. It's not happening yet though. Okay. Where are we? Snob is a TJ fanboy. Yeah.
Who isn't?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Well, I mean, can you blame him? Really?
You get my. Hold on. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Golden Road Brewery. Thank you. I gotta get them to mention it every time. I mean, that's my my beverage of choice for kickball and podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm still optimistic that at some point you're going to get a sponsorship deal out of this.
I know. Listen, I keep hoping. I mean, the keg's empty again, so imagine that.
That's depressing.
Well, since he cut his leg open, so he's been,
Yeah, I saw that. That was
nasty.
Well, to teach him to stop talking back, won't it?
It will. I know. Throw a sharp piece of tile at him. That's what happens.
Ow. Ouch. All right. And he's referring to a picture. Well, I didn't count them, but I'm thinking it had to have been like 8 or 10 staples in his leg, right? Holding the gash.
He got 6 staples. Yeah.
6? Oh,
mm-hmm.
It did not look pretty. So
no.
I hope he's hanging in there doing all right.
He did not enjoy it. I'm going to throw it out there. The guy was like, the doctor was like, we could let it heal, but you'll probably open it because it's in a bad spot where the skin flexes. Yeah. You probably open it every couple of weeks for like months. He goes, or we can suture it, and then I got to numb you up, which the needle works in that, or we can staple it. And I'm like, Killian's like, the staples hurt, and I was like, that's like a bee sting. He goes, all right, let's staple it. We're in and out in like an hour. Done.
All right. Well, at least it's healing, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's all better.
Yeah.
Back to his normal, pleasant self.
I'm going to move on to one. I don't think Karamy's joining us tonight, but we're going to get to what has turned out to be kind of a controversial post so far since it got shared today. This actually published yesterday, but it failed to actually post the share on social media. I had to retry it, get it to share this morning. So Karamy, Kim likes to be risque. They do naked camping, like legit. They go out and camp naked, which that's rough in North Carolina with all the bugs and everything, but more power to them.
Oh yeah.
And so they reviewed a hammock, and as you may know, Gear Report, we've done a fair amount of hammock camping gear reviews. That's something I was really big into, 8 or 9 years ago or so. And then a few years ago, we brought Pickle on board, and he is almost exclusively hammock camping and backpack camping gear review stuff. And he's really pretty tight with a lot of the cottage hammock camping gear maker brands. The small shops where someone starts and turns a room of their house into a production facility. Maybe it grows into the garage, maybe grows into a dedicated facility at some point. But these are the small, really hardcore shops.
I'm so glad that Pickle doesn't do naked camping.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I completely agree. So this bare butt hammock, I think there were kind of two issues here. One was the fear that Pickle would see this and go, oh, I'm going to do a photo shoot like this with some hammocks, which is terrifying. I'll be honest. He's not a good looking man. I'm not really in a position to say whether he is or isn't.
The best part is you don't have to publish that.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. He can write whatever he wants. I just don't have to hit the publish button. Yeah. Okay. That's good I appreciate the reminder on that. But then the other thing is, we've got these kind of cottage brands that Gear Report has had a relationship with for years. And this isn't a cottage brand product, So in the hammock camping space, you've got people who are hammock campers who have very specialized gear, and it can be expensive. It can be very customized and very purpose specific. And people get really proud of that. And the brands who make it get really proud of their stuff. And then you get the off the shelf kind of anyone buys it type stuff like your Eno, and these bare butt hammocks are similar to that. They're not a cottage brand. You know, they don't have a massive following. So there was a little bit, I think, of kind of snickering among the hammock snobs about, my goodness, what are they doing reviewing this kind of off the shelf stuff instead of a real camping hammock? But if you read it, you'll understand why. They don't use it the way the camping hammock people use it. They just needed something to kind of hang out in for a little bit when they don't spend a lot of time sitting around in camp. They're on the move when they're out doing stuff. So an hour
for me, I don't know any different. I mean, I'd go right to the shelf and be like, what do we got? That's perfect.
Yeah. So they've got
he's so tiny.
I should turn this back up too. I was in the parking lot at the pool, at the big pool near here, while my daughter was in practice, and I jacked the resolution of the YouTube video down so that it would not buffer too much. And then it made it blurry. But there you go. You see, she put it up. She got in it. And that is a ringing endorsement right there, because there's some beefcake in that and a little bit of weight. Yeah. So you can go watch the whole video with audio, which I believe I muted for this. You read the whole article, see what they liked, see what they didn't like. They gave it a 4 out of 5. That's a pretty strong endorsement. But for how they use it, I think that is probably a pretty reasonable item. All right, folks. I did not see Clover down there. I didn't hear him beep when he came in. What's good that I saved his article.
Just sitting, waiting patiently. Amateur hour over here.
You didn't want to be in with the hammock stuff, anyways.
Oh my goodness, what happened to Clover? It's amazing. People say snarky things, and then the internet disconnects them. No, I'm just messing with you, man. So anyhow, keeping the show.
Maybe it wouldn't be YouTube. But speaking of that, you're really playing with fire, knowing my connections by knocking me out of the chat like that. Do you want the stream to continue, Jeff? I'm just saying. I've got my phone here. I can send a text if I need to.
You can. All right.
Should we demonetize the channel, TJ, or just take it down altogether? What do you think?
I don't know. That's a coin toss.
Well, Jeff's already about halfway demonetized anyway, so that wouldn't hurt much.
Half, 2/3.
Anyway,
yeah, 2/3, 7/8,
whatever.
Lord,
I do what I can. So, that's good timing. Thanks for coming. Happy to see you here. Let me go get your article, because that's the last one. I saved it just in case you joined us. So let me put it up on the screen here. And
I thought that was last week, but I guess it was last week. It was just after the show, right?
Yep. Completely coincidental that it didn't post until after the show, as far as you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, we do try to spread them out a little bit so we don't have 3 from the same brand back to back to back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could not write 3 from the same brand back to back to back, but I felt it important to, they've really, I don't know what we're going to get into on this, and I didn't mention this in the article, so it's not going to matter, but Axel is really, really pushing their GS Extreme earbuds. Now, no spoiler alerts, because we've already covered, of course, the previous, but my favorite are the XP reactors.
Yeah.
That's the ones that until I lost one anyway, that I use the most. And so those got like a 4.5. These got a 4. The muffs, the trackers, what did they get, a 3 or 3.5 or something? I consider them average. But yeah, this is their big dog, their what do you want to call it? Flagship product, I guess, more or less. It's these GS Extremes.
Gotcha. And I talked to them. You and I had talked about this offline, that the agency they're working with for their promotional stuff are some folks that I hadn't talked to in a while. It'd been 2016, 2017 since I talked to them last. So I reconnected with them after you told me some of the stuff you were doing with them, and they offered a set of the custom molded in the ear, and I'm debating whether I want to review those or not. I don't know. I should probably do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're good stuff. I did some marketing work with Axel several years ago. And before they were working with this agency, when I was working at a marketing agency, Weston, who owns Axel, I brokered a deal with him for the agency I worked with to represent their brand and build an affiliate program for them, which their other marketing agency promptly sabotaged. But I think they have it all sorted out now. But through that experience, I got to know the brand, and Weston, who owns it, has been what is it called? Is it an audiologist? The folks who do medical
like
grade
that.
hearing aid stuff.
They're like hearing aid, hearing, that's their thing, right?
Exactly.
That's the cool thing
Yep.
about Axel. So subsequently, if you haven't seen my article, anybody out there, the stuff on my Hunter's HD Gold, my eyewear, and you can see me in a picture right there. Matter of fact, you just scrolled past, and of course me wearing
the video. Look at
the
that.
yellow things. But anyway, that is, they're optometrists. They make lenses and glasses for like optometrists and stuff. They're actually, if you go into any eyeglass place and buy glasses, odds are those lenses and possibly even the frames came from Hunter's HD Gold, just their optometry side of things.
Gotcha.
So it's really cool. It's really cool because I love those glasses. They have a lot of medical research and stuff behind them with the tint. And so that's what I like about Axel too, is that that's their niche, right? That's their lane, is hearing related stuff. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree. All right, folks. So I'm going to recommend that if you have an interest
Out
in these, let me mute that here, that you go check out the video. It's in both color and black and white, apparently. So that's kind of neat. Look at this. Man, the production quality on this video is off the charts.
Yeah, on the low
He
end.
has screen grabs. He has black and white. He has color. He has all kind of overlays. Plus the cool stuff he's actually using in the video itself. So definitely go check that out. I think that'll be a good use of your time, folks.
I like to do that. I spend a lot of time plinking on the range anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just when it's right out the door, why not?
Yep.
And so it's like, just turn on a camera and talk about something, talk about a product, right? It's like, why not?
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, we appreciate you. Anything else you want to say about the GS Extreme earbuds?
The biggest takeaway, and I did put that in the article, is if you look at their retail price or the MSRP, you'll freak out probably. Same way goes with the Hunter's HD Gold glasses. However, they have some pretty banging, pretty slamming sales, pretty regular. So my advice, and I put that in the article as well, is, catch them on sale. There's some really steep, really good discounts if you think you want to try them out. And I'm sure without a doubt they'll stand behind them. If you get them and you hate them, I'm sure they'll take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah, the GS Extreme with the MSRP at $200, those aren't cheap, we'd say. The GS Custom, I think that's the one that they ask if I wanted to review. I'm gonna have to think about that. Man, they got the GS Digital and Digital 2 at $500 and $800 basically. But when you look at hearing aid technology, these are really,
they run upwards. So depending on, and a lot of people don't realize this, but when we're talking about companies that's their niche, that's their lane, like Axel, like Hunter's HD Gold, people don't realize this, but they do a lot of custom work too. Like, for example, if you've got a hearing issue where you can't hear certain tones or things like that, they can potentially custom make you a pair of Ear Pro where you can actually hear those tones and stuff, right? The same as Hunter's HD Gold, they can do things with your vision, your optical prescription, things like that. Axel can do things with your, I don't know what you call it, I guess you get a hearing prescription, I guess. I don't know, but I've never had hearing issues, but contrary to what my wife will say. But that's pretty cool, and a lot of people don't realize too. When you get into some of the niche primo type stuff, and if you ever want to see that world, get into shooting sports, and you will really quickly see, $500, $600, $700, $800 Hearing Pro, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 iPro, multi-$1,000 firearms, obviously, and optics, and even somebody's cap or gloves or something like that. Just crazy, insane amounts of money in that type of stuff. So it is kind of a different niche and a different world. It's not for everybody, and that's one of the reasons that I pushed to them that I wanted to try a variety of their products. I didn't want to just, like, everybody and their dog seems to be doing the GS Extremes, and I'm like, but the problem is not everybody can afford the GS Extremes, even if they're on sale. So it's like, what else do you have that I can put with this to actually show people out there that, you could still get Axle. You don't have to spend that kind of money if you don't have the need for all the bells and whistles.
Yeah. Good thinking. I like the approach you took with that.
Do you want all of your revenue, all of your eggs in that GS Extreme basket? I know as a company, I wouldn't, right? I would want people to, if they couldn't afford that, but to buy the other things, the cheaper products. So there's a place for those as well. And I think a lot of companies, I think, overlook that. They really want to push and I get it, they want to push their flagship product, the thing they're most proud of. But I think oftentimes they overlook products that can make them a lot of money, because the vast majority of people would likely buy those if the word was just out on them.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. Well, those entry level products are good to give people an experience with the brand, and maybe they want to upgrade to one of the premium products later. So they've sold 2 products, so instead of just one. So I think that's kind of a neat approach for them too. All right, so that was recently completed reviews. Now let's move on to reviews that will be published soon. What do you guys want to talk about that you have coming up?
I don't have anything like in the queue. I've got things on the board that I certainly want to do. TJ, in fact, TJ may have this coming up if he hasn't already. That sidekick.
Yep.
I should be getting a sidekick in hand. Should be here before too long.
Sweet.
So looking forward to that. That's a very interesting.
I got to shoot it yesterday or today. So it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that I dismissed it at first, TJ, when you brought that up, and I went over and looked. I thought, oh, another single action, cheapy revolver. And then I got to look at it and I thought, oh snap, this is double action. It's a single action, double action. Whoa, what? Oh, hold on a minute.
With the 22 long rifle and 22 mag. So it's
with both. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool, because it has that old school look and everything. But you can shoot it single action if you want, I guess. But
definitely more accurate double action.
Yeah. I'm going to. So yeah, I've got that. I've got, me, I've always got shotguns. So I've got a few articles. I've got videos already out on those. So I need to bang out some written reviews on a few shotguns I've got in. I'm trying to think what else, but heck, like everybody that reviews gear, I got a mountain of crap and multiple things on the board and in the fire, and it's horrible.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm finishing up that the Taurus Raging Hunter in 454. I'm finishing that one up. The TX22 competition, I'm finishing that one up. Then I've got just a bunch of the RMT trigger, the Sylvan Arms, the what is it? The AR-15 to the Glock adapter. So, which is the fun stuff. I've always wanted one of those anyway, so I'm gonna throw it on one of my rifles anyways.
Right.
And then just a bunch of little stuff that I bought that I'm just gonna throw reviews on. I got some primary arms optics, some Riton optics. I've got a bunch of stuff. But when I went to the range, I got so many pictures and I tested so much of the stuff that I was like, all right, it was a very productive day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been that's part of the game with doing stuff is being able to get out and get it done. A lot of people have that the folks out there don't realize. I'm not in this boat, but a lot of people have jobs. I don't. But I am still beholden to weather and other things. Thankfully, the weather has cooled off considerably here, which is a help. And it's also the rain. We've got cold fronts moving in. We do this time of year. And ahead of those cold fronts, it always rains. But thankfully, we don't have any stalling rain, that lasts for days. It blows through, it rains. And
we've got a big one coming our way. It's supposed to hit tonight, and it's supposed to piss pour all day tomorrow into Saturday.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, those types of rains suck.
That's why we went today, but I was able to get out to my brother, works with Angler's Envy, so I was able to get out to Hunter's Envy. So we went out there, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Dude, I get 1,000 pictures of all this stuff."
Right.
I said, which is great because it's outdoors, so I can set stuff by trees, and I get some trying to get some pictures through the optics. I can do all that stuff where it's hard to do at the indoor range and stuff.
So we're talking about reviews that'll be published soon, or things for the future. And I know we'll probably get to this in a later segment, probably talking about Wanamaker, Tulsa, out there. It would be interesting once, since you're going, and you're the newbie there, that would be an interesting review for you, is to write something on, and I mean, I could do it too, but I've been for years and years and years.
My experience.
But that would be an interesting review, do a review on a gun show. That could be something, it being the largest gun show in the world, right? That could definitely be something that gets some promotion, obviously, for them, and then kind of help other people make up their mind as to whether or not they might want to put that on their bucket list.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Like I said, I was, I wanted to go last year, and it didn't pan out, and then now I'm like, all right, I already bought the tickets, booking the hotel rooms, be done. So I'm going to see who's there and see what's going on, and bring a stack of cash, and maybe I'll find something I like.
Yeah, I will be dropping a video, not an article, probably early next week on the top 5 firearms I will be looking for at the show. So, but I will say this: every time I went to that show, I've got my list, and I always buy stuff that is not on the list, because
of course
you inevitably run across something that is just, if you're like me and you're an opportunistic buyer, right? You inevitably run across something that's like, oh crap, I got to get that. That's
me at Beachside Pond. The guys will randomly send me a text like, "Hey, look what just came in." I'm like, "All right, throw it in the back for me. I'll give you guys the money later."
Right. Yep.
Some stuff I wouldn't even expect. Like, awesome.
Right.
I don't need it, but I want it, so throw it in the back.
So it's your turn, Jeff. What do you have coming up?
Well, you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying something new. I've never tried to do this from the phone, and I've moved. Normally, when I'm broadcasting, I'm sitting over there at the desk, and you see the backdrop back there. Well, I have moved over to the side to where this is the guitar studio portion.
Is that the studio now?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I never show people this, but you can see we are like
it's a mess.
wall to wall. Oh, it is. It's but we've got guitars and the pedal board down there on the ground.
So you know Jeff's a white boy because he's got a rhythm chart on the wall. Just saying.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag white boy problems.
Yeah. But anyhow, so we got. I have not ever. I've shared pictures of the different amps and speaker cabinets and everything, but I've never actually done any kind of broadcast from this portion of the office. But what I wanted to do here, and I don't have any controls for the broadcast at this point, TJ. So if you, I know.
Bye, Jeff. Bye.
Exactly how big this is. So I'm trying to get my lighting a little bit better here. I had something that arrived. It was supposed to arrive earlier today, and it just showed up like while I was off on dad duty taking one of the kids.
Acoustic?
So this, I mainly do electric guitars, but this is an acoustic with the, it's got a little preamplifier built in here. So it's an acoustic electric, brand new model from a company called Firefly. Oh, that just said low battery. I'm going to have to pick up the pace on this because I don't think my phone's going to last too long. All right. Anyhow, I've actually never played it at all. Right as the show was starting, I was frantically trying to tune it. I thought, you know what? Maybe I will attempt to play like for everyone, so we can all hear what it sounds like at the same time.
There we go. I'm excited.
Oh, and it's kind of in tune. I got it close, and then set it down, and so now I got to get it dialed in the rest of the way. The strings are stretching because they're brand new. So we're almost there.
Sorry, we'll wait.
I don't know if this was, what's that?
I said we'll wait. It's okay.
Me. You.
Oh, we're almost there. The problem with a brand new guitar, the first time you tune it, it takes forever because you tighten one string and it makes the other ones loose.
I have to tune my ukulele every time I go to play it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm waiting for the strings to snap. I'll be like,
now,
one time I'm like, pink.
Now let me ask you this, because this is something I've done for a very long time. If you're going to put a guitar up for any length of time, do you back off on your strings?
I don't. I haven't stored them like knowing that they were going to be stored for a while.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like anytime
I would think you would. Makes sense to me.
So anyhow, this this action is a little bit high. I'm gonna have to give it a couple days and see how it adjusts to the humidity here. All right, that didn't impress me as much as I hoped it would. Doesn't sound bad. It doesn't have as much oomph as I had hoped. It doesn't sound too bad. Anyhow,
is that through the amplifier?
Or is that just
acoustic? Is that through the amplifier or just acoustic?
No, this is just unplugged.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if it has a battery in it. I literally cut it out of the box about 7 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it did have a battery. But the battery still has plastic on it.
Of course.
So I can get that off. Maybe we can plug it in. Oh, we can play metal. We can play some metal on the acoustic electric then if I plug it in.
There you
Sure
go.
We can.
You know metal.
Y'all know how to play metal? I don't really know how to play. We'll figure it out.
I know how to play aluminum. That's about it.
Yeah. So aluminium.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's the best you're getting out of me, buddy.
Like testing something live.
Oh yeah.
I haven't plugged it in before.
Uh-oh. This could be epically bad. Jeff's gonna set himself on fire.
Right. Be the greatest YouTube video ever.
It would. Take one for the team, Jeff.
I hear it. It's not near as teeny sounding with an amplifier.
Jeff's gonna get it just where he wants it, and then the battery on his phone's gonna die.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I got it hooked up to the big amp. It's a 150 watt amplifier.
Wake up the kids.
She's a lot louder now.
Oh yeah.
Wake up the kids. Let's go.
Put it on 11.
Oh yeah, it just went to 10% battery. I got to wrap this up pretty quick before it dies.
Hurry up.
Does that sound a little louder now?
Well,
Oh yeah.
It sounds better that way to me. And it may just be the microphone on his phone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
I guess
that
pick it up
sounds
both
better.
ways.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What's up, G?
Whoa.
Whoa!
Hendrix time, baby.
I was like, damn, Jeff's getting filthy up in there now.
All right, so I think that's enough of that. I'm going to go back to the desk. So
There you go.
converse amongst
I like
yourselves. Go back to the other one.
No, that's not the guitar we get to shoot. Unfortunately. He'll bring us one, though. We're going to shoot one of them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Winemakers. Crystal's a little nervous now because she looked at the weather forecast, and I think I have to bring another. I got a checked bag. I think I'm going to have to bring a carry-on as well.
Why is that? Extra clothes?
For her, yeah. I'm fine with like a t-shirt and like a light jacket. I mean, I'm not going to be outside that long, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be okay. I mean, layers, right? I mean, just a hoodie. If you had to bring I usually bring like a hoodie, and then I'll bring a light jacket as well.
Yeah,
on top of the hoodie.
That's what I was thinking. I wore jeans. I mean, I've got plenty of jeans, so they're good. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
There's Granny Jeff.
I probably wear my Beretta sweaters and vests, probably, because
I didn't. You know, I like those, and I sent stuff in, and they never sent me anything. I was all upset.
So, give me a chance to wear those.
All right. Well,
hey, buddy, you back now?
I'm back. I made the long trek around the desk.
Like 2 steps?
Or more. It was...
You're like 6'3". Come on, it was like 2 steps.
Yeah, all right. So now
shorts,
shorts
and t-shirts? I don't know. I mean, I'm bringing my shorts.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm bringing my shorts. I'll bring some t-shirts and my Speedo because there's a pool at the hotel.
Indoors, too.
I know.
It's the you're talking about the American flag Speedo or a different Speedo?
No, the American flag Speedo.
Yeah.
I can't find the no tread on snaky Speedo. I'm looking.
You need to get a Brandon Speedo or a FJB Speedo. That'll make you popular.
I did pre-order that lower for PSA.
Awesome.
Through Gear Report.
Oh, check that out.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you very mucho. Let's see. So the guitar we get to shoot. No, it's your G23. It's your guitar that we're going to shoot.
He has guitars?
If he wants to shoot one, he better. Yeah. Although I do still have one sitting over here that I am willing to shoot. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. I know you've got one up there that's like a Frankenstein or leftover piece of stuff that you hate.
You know, along that lines of shooting things, I've been trying for the longest to get the Steel Target company I'm hooked up with to build me a set of chimes to be able to shoot, because that's so much fun. And I can play a pretty good amount of the piano, which is real similar to that. So it would be really cool. But I've been bugging them for years. You got to cut them, the thickness, the size. I mean, everything has to be just right to get the proper tone. And so
I think that's why they're like, that's too much work.
Yeah. When you find them, they're expensive. And that's one of the reasons is that they cut them and they do everything, and then they have to test them before they ever ship them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and chop a little bit off or do whatever to tune them just right.
Yeah, that sounds really neat, though.
One day somebody will send you a set, and you'll be like, "All right."
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not that popular yet.
So, okay, why don't we move into the that guitar that I showed that I just unboxed? That'll be reviewed soon. The amp that it played through, I just picked that up yesterday. That I may review that. You missed the amp review I did earlier, and that's fine because you probably didn't care. So, I really have considered, do I need to start a different channel for that stuff? So because the different audiences have to put up with they have to put up with my ADD basically. And
They can
and
listen. They can
I
deal
hate
with
for
it. I
people.
mean, it's gear.
It is. It is.
I mean,
The
I reviewed a
gear
drinking
was
cooler
chosen
for
because
thing.
it's generic.
What if you did another channel, but you massively edited your stuff to where it was a shorter, far more concise version or something on that secondary channel, and then you could always point to the full reviews on Gear Report or the full reviews on the big channel or whatever, right? It was more of like an intro, I'm checking this out type thing, initial thoughts or something like that, and that's really all you go into.
Yeah. It's worth thinking about. That would be hard for me because I am very verbose. I want all the details and everything. So I have a ton of trouble when I have to shorten something, but it could be a good
Well, don't
exercise to
shorten
see
it.
if I can
It's
figure
just
that
a
out.
first, it's going to inherently be short because it's just going to be a first impression. So it's
Gotcha.
like you get something, you take it out of the box. I mean, literally, you could even unbox it on camera, right? Have the unboxing first impression and put it over there. And then all the full review stuff goes through Gear Report.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I'll think about that. Um, why don't we go ahead and
Do it.
I'm going to do it. Done.
Right.
But
We've been doing that the whole time anyway. So.
Yeah, pretty much. We usually do. And let's see. Oh, I'm seeing some other banners in here. There's some other banners we can play with.
I don't know.
That one we don't have any quick reviews to talk about today, but if we did, we have the quickie reviews banner.
I've got
I
some
need to
coming
do.
out.
I'll do one of those. I'll try to knock one of those out tomorrow. I'll pick some random, just something crazy.
Okay, good. We have TJ and his alter ego, Overlord TJ.
Yes.
We have those banners.
That's only when you're not here. Those are my banners when you're not here.
We have a Clover Tech banner. It's just, I know probably no one cares, but
I leave them up. I leave them up the whole time when you're not here.
Yeah.
Deep thoughts. That's when was Jack Handy ever on the show? That's
I don't remember. I don't remember what caused us to create that banner or this one. What did we do? What happened?
That's hilarious.
That was just like within the last month. Hornady did something, and it ticked me off, so I made that banner.
Yeah, they put out that release that just basically. Yeah, we don't got to get into all that, I don't suppose, but yeah, they put out that cough press release thing about the jab.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave it up then.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll just leave that there, and then
I'm going to Tulsa.
Yeah, you
are.
What are you doing,
Jeff?
Oklahoma, effing Homa.
He's going to. So you're going to drive in a Pontiac? Just curious.
Yep.
Like this? No, that's.
No, my plane tickets were so cheap that I was like.
No, that's when you leave Oklahoma. I left Oklahoma driving in a Pontiac. Yeah.
I think my plane tickets were $45 a piece each way.
That's crazy. That's
crazy.
My
goodness.
I told somebody that. They were like, no way.
Direct flight too from I mean, I have to fly in. I have to fly in early. I fly in early Friday morning, and then I fly out Monday morning early. So I can still work Monday, and then Friday's a waste, but I can get to go to Oklahoma and hang out for a while. So maybe Snob will pick me up from the airport or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we could arrange that. I don't know when any of the other guys are getting in or anything. So,
I don't know. Mama San's going with me, so it's going to be a.
What time do you get in?
I gotta get in at like 9.
Okay.
I have to get. I mean, I have to get up absurdly early to get to the airport on time, and I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
but I mean,
But
for the $45 fee, I'll get up a little
yeah,
early.
but you getting in is you having to leave for the airport is a lot different than somebody having to get over there and pick you up. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ghost was asking, was your flights direct or not? That's crazy for a direct flight.
Oh yeah. Allegiant. They fly from Sanford. They don't fly from Orlando. They fly from Sanford to Tulsa. Crazy. So I was like, all right, let's go. We'll leave a day early. We'll hang out all day. We got all day Friday to hang out and do stuff. And I don't know what sites there are, casinos, whatever. I don't know what's out there.
Center of the Universe is pretty neat.
Center of the universe. All right.
Yeah.
I know she wants to hit Whataburger. I mentioned that, and she's like, "Oh, I'm in."
Well, she needs to hold off till everybody gets there.
All right. Well, I'll wait. I'll tell. Listen, I can.
That's one of our traditions.
I'll just start throwing her some. I'll start throwing her some Coors Lights. It'll be fine.
So let me give you a tip though. Let me give you a tip. Do not set foot in a Mexican food joint.
Oh no.
Don't even bother.
I don't do that here.
Yeah, don't even bother, bro.
No, I don't do that here. I don't even bother.
But yeah,
but
we've got to. We're gonna leave out Friday morning, and so we should be there. I don't know. Maybe as early as like shortly after lunch, something like that.
Right.
And then we've got to get over to the show and pick up all the media passes and the other things Friday evening. That way we're ready to go. So
can we wander around while they're setting up?
Yes. If you go with us over there to pick up the media passes,
I will. That's the way it works.
Yes.
Jeff,
Now, general
Jeff
public,
is going to miss that so much.
That's the Gear Report tradition.
No, you cannot. But yes, if you go with us and you've got that media pass or the vendor pass, then yeah, absolutely.
That's we need to start thinking about SHOT, Jeff. I'm thinking.
Yeah, we booked our house.
Dude, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
we found a smoking deal on that, man.
We're in November now. I mean, a couple weeks will be Thanksgiving. Next thing you know,
that sucker was $80 a night.
And are you full?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm talking about total, not that was the total. That wasn't like once we divided it, it was $80 a night total.
I felt like a studio, Jeff, that was around that. It was like $100, and it was like 2-bed, kitchen, living room, bathroom.
So the Airbnbs, I've been looking for some time, and Airbnb and Vrbo are just super high. And I've talked to some people that live in Vegas, and they're like, yeah, because of the cough and no travel, a lot of the people have those, and they pay the mortgage by renting them out. And
they've lost a ton of money last year.
And they're like, they had to sell them. There was a lot of people, the banks repoed a lot of those, vacation houses and stuff.
Yep.
And so, I mean, they're trying to make up, right, for like lost revenue. Is almost what it is. So
we're just gonna stay, Jeff. I'm just gonna fork it out. We're gonna stay at the Venetian. Screw it.
Well, I don't want to talk about it on air, but once we go off air, I'll let you guys in on a potential place you could stay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, folks, it's been good. Thanks for joining us. It was 55 minutes of your life you're never going to get back.
Right. Well, you're almost an hour into it, so
Yeah, I mean, honestly, last call. If anyone has questions, comments, anything you want to talk about,
so
get them in there now.
How are we feeling? How are we feeling for SHOT Show since that come up? Do we think?
I mean, last year they already canceled this time, didn't they?
They did, and SHOT Show, the NSSF has doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on its happening.
Yeah, I keep seeing the
I know companies. I heard that they have a payment plan that they send in a third of the money, and then they send in another third, and then like in January, right before it happens, they pay the final third. They've already collected the second third already of the money, which companies said that they did not do last year.
Yeah, I think I think we're in this year.
And I've got Bill. I've been talking with Bill with NSSF, and he was talking about him or somebody getting on a podcast with me and actually talking about it. But they're literally, when they say all in, they're all in. I would G23 out there says 65% it'll happen. I'm saying at this 75, 80%. From the way
I'm
that
saying
it's looking.
69%.
There you go. That's a good round number.
It's one of my favorites.
69, dudes.
Jeff's dinging. Jeff's so I can see it's still like Jeff's like.
I still don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't expect less from you, Jeff.
I could be in Vegas, like walking in the building and like, holy shit, we're actually here.
Right.
You know,
I hope so. I hope you're that excited to visit SHOT Show, Jeff. I want to see you that excited for anything.
I do too.
So you keep your naysaying attitude. Anymore. You keep it until you walk through the doors at SHOT Show, and by God, I want to be there.
So Jeff, we sneak in and wander around when we get our badges that night.
That would be cool. I meant, honestly, I miss that stuff and hanging out and going to Tacos El Gordo and all the parties and that stuff. I don't really miss the hassle running around.
Well, the last time we went wasn't terrible because it was more freeform.
Right.
We kind of did.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
you seemed a lot less stressed.
So most of the newbie guys that go, or the big conglomerations do it. I mean, if you've got a huge camera crew and you've got, just all this other stuff, then, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to run around and get content and stuff like that. But I think that a large percentage of people have come to the conclusion I've come through that it's a networking opportunity. That's where it shines. Yes. And that's like you're talking about. You're not pressed to try to get cameras set up and try to catch somebody and get good audio and do all of this. Your primary concern is, I want to hit these places. I want FaceTime. I want to shake a hand. I want them to know who I am. That way, when they get that email, they get that call, they've got something to fall back on. Build that relationship. Start relationships and then reinforce relationships as well. Right. And I think a lot of people going in the first time, they have a great experience because it's such an overwhelming thing for somebody going the first time. I think that the experience is good for them, but I don't think it's as good as it could be.
It was stressful my first time. Jeff had like meetings set up every 20 minutes. I was like, dear Lord, Jeff. And then you know how he is. He gets distracted.
Yeah. Yep.
So
once it was over though, your first time, once you were back home, you enjoyed it, right? You were like,
I slept for a day, but it was good. I mean, the last time we went, the last time they had it was awesome because we just wandered around. We went and met, met the people we needed to talk to. Went and looked for new brands, talked to people, met people. Hit a bunch of after parties. It was a great time. It was more relaxed, and I had a lot more fun.
Yeah,
I think Jeff did too, except for like a night.
I don't even remember, which will tell you a little bit about how the night went, I suppose. Yeah, but I'm actually like on Airbnb looking at stuff right now because honestly, it has not even crossed my mind that I should look at any kind of travel.
I'm thinking we wait till
it's not going to happen
right before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving, and then we're going to have to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Plane tickets are nothing for me. I'm in and out for like $220.
Yeah. So, SEMA's happening this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big auto show, and that's in Vegas. So I'm anxious to see some reports on how that goes and that kind of thing. But when the more big shows that happen before SHOT, the more convinced I'll be that SHOT is actually happening. And I think Affiliate Summit West is happening right now in Vegas this week also.
Well, there's a lot of, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to get NSSF on to actually talk about the particulars of 2022. There's a lot of rumors going around at this time. All I can say is they're they're rumors, and people are shifting or warping perspective. So we know that the little tracking things have been for 2 years now in the badges, and you've got people saying, "Oh, that's a cough tracking thing," and they're doing that for to be able to tell where people is at, and it's crazy because it's like, no, those have been in there. They're saying that the aisles will be like one way, which is going to be weird if that's the case. They're saying that there is a mask mandate order thing, whatever, in play. But again, I don't know about all that being verified and to what extent any of that stuff is in play. So I want to get NSS up on and clear the air and figure out exactly what the requirements are.
Yeah, that'd be good. If you can get a hold of them and get it like, here, this is what's going to happen, this is where it's going to be, then people are like, oh, okay,
If I've got to wear a mask to go, I've got a neck gaiter with my logo on it. So, hey, that's our girls got to advertise it. So I'll just I'll pull that up when somebody's looking. Anyway,
I don't see them. I mean, it's as big as it is, and as many people are there. I doubt. I mean, pretty much probably walk down that main aisle with your mask on, and then once you get to the basement or something, like whatever,
they're not going to be able to enforce all that. So
many people there.
And you'll see that with Tulsa, right? You'll see that with Tulsa coming up.
I know I have to wear a mask in the airport.
It's the same thing that they say, you need it, but nobody in there is going to be. I mean, there'll be a few people that do, and that's fine if somebody feels that it.
There's still people driving around down here with their windows down, their mask on. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If it makes you feel better, I don't care. Where whatever. I don't care either. Just don't force me to do it. And we're happy. Yeah. I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah, but so I don't think I'm willing to travel and book room and all that on the idea that they're not going to enforce it. Like if the mask rule is in place, I'm not going.
Yeah. Well, I will hopefully get that verified. So the next week or two.
I'm sure a lot of people are on the fence too, like that, because they don't know what the restrictions are going to be and stuff like that. Where it'll help help them decide a little bit.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh no, we're going in, and the mask restrictions may be waived, or it's we're going to do masks like here or there.
Well, and here's the thing: you've got people that have reasons they can't wear masks, and one of the persons that was perpetuating the thing that it was going to be strictly enforced, whatever, blah blah blah, and he wasn't going. He does. I mean, he's kind of like me. I have mild anxiety. He has major anxiety with the whole mask thing. And so, I totally get it. And there's people that have some respiratory issues and some other things at play that, they can't do it. And let's be honest, if you're wearing a beard or anything like that, it's not going to help regardless. And there's just so many iffy factors, right? That I just don't, if that's a play, I just don't see how they enforce it. It makes no sense.
I don't think they can. There's so many people. It'd be ridiculous.
Except for if Jeff was to do that in the middle of a bunch of people, then we'll see them escorting him out. Just saying.
Yeah. And then if they attempt to enforce it, knowing that if you get kicked out, you may not be able to come back.
Ever.
Right? Shot may just ban you.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it worth the fight? Like, is it worth even going at all when I know there's a risk that going means I could end up never able to go to shot again?
Yeah.
I'd rather just skip it. And it's like, I, as a scout leader, I've opted not to take my scouts to an event because they had a mask rule. And I said, well, I'm not doing it. So we're just not going to go. And then I had someone ripping me like, that the form that they said you had to record your temperature for 14 days, they don't even look at it. And they didn't make anyone wear a mask. I'm like, hey, they said you're going to have to wear the mask. They said you have to have this form with everyone's temperature recorded and symptoms for 14 days prior. And I'm not going to drive an hour and a half and then get turned away because I didn't do that stuff.
I get you. But I go back to, I don't know how many things I've been to how many places I've been, talking about shows, talking about events, talking about other things, local, and that I've even had to drive from USCCA to the one in Talladega way earlier in the year, that all had, said, blah, 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 wear the mask, all this other stuff. And then you get there and nobody was, so.
I think it's more of a like, listen, we're going to tell you need to do it.
Well, that's all
We're
they
not
can
gonna
do.
enforce it,
Nobody
but
can. You can't enforce it. You
I think it
non-enforceable.
negates them from any. I got COVID here. Like,
It's
Well, and if-
non-enforceable. And so here's the thing: if you were at SHOT Show and Jeff was the only person without a mask, okay, that would be enforceable. Somebody could grab Jeff by the arm, kick him out the front door, and you're done. Because the only person without a mask is Jeff. But here's the problem: this is where mask non-compliance comes into play. If you're at a place where the majority of people are not wearing a mask, you can't enforce that. There's too many people to possibly even try to enforce that.
Right.
Right. But when all they have to do is say, all right, I'm scanning your badge and you're never coming back to SHOT Show again.
Right.
And they can't, whether they would or not. Like if someone, even if they have a rule that says we are going to enforce a mask mandate.
Yeah.
If someone at NSSF tells me, even off the record, okay, we have to say this because of X number of reasons.
Well, that's probably what I mean.
In
That's
actuality,
probably what it is.
we're not going to enforce it. Well, yeah, I would go.
Right.
I mean, that's most likely that's what it is. It's more of them like a waiver.
Well, then
like,
that
we're gonna say this, and then if anything happens,
well, that gets into hopefully I can have them on. I can clear all of that up, and then I can also get some behind the scenes stuff and whatever.
But I'm not risking flying unless there's a ton of outside of SHOT Show stuff going on.
Well, I have already been kicked out of SHOT Show, apparently, supposedly.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad, apparently. Yeah. That's what I heard. Like the second year, I think I went. A couple months after I got back, I don't know how many people were like, "Oh man, I heard you got kicked out of SHOT Show," and I'm like, this was like people that had no relations to each other, and it's like, oh, something I heard like on the internet or something. So somebody put out a rumor somewhere that I got kicked out of SHOT Show a couple years ago.
It was Jeff.
I'm thinking it probably was.
I could have. I have a terrible rememberer, so I may have done it and just forgot. So,
he hangs out with me at SHOT Show, so it's not a. He tends to forget a lot.
Yeah,
right. It's true. This is true.
Yep.
So yeah,
like what I was going to say, I had something, and I completely lost it.
I wish, Jeff, because you like a lot of milsurp type stuff. I wish you would be going to Tulsa. So maybe we can get that on the list for you eventually.
And when is that?
Every April and November.
So is that this coming weekend? Weekend after? What is it?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not flying tomorrow. You're flying a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
But there's a entire big huge section on the downstairs part that is all kind of cool milsurp stuff, like bags and jacket, just all kinds of surplus Army Navy type stuff. And there's that kind of stuff on tables, and just a lot of that stuff there.
Cool.
Potentially even people I've never looked like for Hummer parts, and you know what I'm saying, like knick-knack type Hummer parts and things.
Just like
but
Hummer parts.
I mean, you're talking 4,500 tables. So how much have I not seen over the years, right?
Yeah.
So there very well could be if you know what you're looking at. And,
I'll keep an eye out, Jeff.
Okay, do it.
Yeah,
I got you.
I'd like to offer a yo to Obnoxious One. Thank you for showing up. Should we start over?
Sure.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. It's sorry, dude. It's after my bedtime. Although I don't have to get up at 4:30 or 4:20 rather tomorrow, like most Fridays.
You get to sleep in?
I do. Yeah. The one that I normally have to take to swimming practice. We had to leave the house by 5. Is in driver's ed and is actually out driving at 6 o'clock in the morning. So
That's scary.
yeah. So, but that means I get to sleep in. So most people are like, "Oh my God, I got to have my kid at school at 6." I'm like, 6, I get to sleep in. This is
Like
awesome.
I could drink a pot of coffee by then. Jesus.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well,
So I'm excited.
we gave
I can't
everyone
wait.
time. We gave everyone time for the last round of discussion
Oh,
topics and questions. I appreciate that. I'll we can do some research and have some more Wanamaker pre-show discussion and maybe get some more what people want you guys to look for at the show for next week. So if we can let them think about that. In the meantime, please don't anyone actually burn Hornady to the ground, like physically. That is a metaphorical burn them to the ground.
Like
all right?
like burn, right?
Sort of. Yeah. Not quite Kelso-esque, but you know, in that line of burning. Not like fire. Not that kind of burn. Like yeah. Okay. So all right. Oh, I almost hit end broadcast without doing the outro.
No, you gotta do the thing.
Yeah, I gotta remember how to do that.
Oh jeez.
I know it's so complicated, and I have not followed any of the directions that just like burn the NRA down. Dude, the NRA is burning themselves down. They don't need our help.
Right.
But I do appreciate the enthusiasm. So yeah, I haven't modified the outro to give us any white space. So we're going to see if I screw up the timing again.
Screwing it up.
So
I guarantee it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to roll with it. So until next time, we'll see you at the Rage.